What's up, guys? I'm Meatball Saucy. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a future pinball game. That's right, Star Wars Death Star Assault Galactic Edition version 3.3, released by Terry Red in February of 2024. Now, this game has got two modes. The main mode, which is just like most pinball games, you got three balls and you're able to actually play the game and score points, and you play for scores. But for me, the best mode is the time attack mode. And this is a 5-minute timed mode where your main objective is to destroy the Death Star. So today I'm going to share with you my actual video playthrough of me after a year and a half of trying, finally able to destroy the Death Star. But before we jump into the gameplay, let's take a closer look at the table layout and the rules for this 5-minute attack.
An analysis of the plans provided by Princess Leia has demonstrated a weakness in the battle station.
Okay, so you can see, let's take a look at the components of the table. We've got a bonus hole over here on the right-hand side. We've got what is considered the Death Star hole up here at the top of the table, the rollover components, pop bumpers at the top. There is a loop over here that will return the ball back. It is considered the solo loop or the Millennium Falcon loop. It returns the ball to the right flipper. You've got the Darth Vader hole up here at the top, which will, in one of two ways, you either hit it into this hole and it kicks out directly back onto the playfield, or it winds you back down around through the loop, returning it to the left flipper. There are 7 TIE fighter targets, all of which are supported kind of in this little arc here. And there are the lights for identifying your Jedi Knight power-ups. Now, the objective here, in order to actually blow up the Death Star, we need to complete each of these 4 main Jedi power-up modes. To do so, you must knock down all 7 of these targets. Once all 7 targets are done, the light will start to flash, indicating that you are ready to complete the power-up mode. At that point, you then hit the ball up into the Vader loop to complete the mode and collect the power-up. After you have gone through the Padawan, the Jedi Knight, the Jedi Master, and the Yoda power-up, the system will be ready now for the Luke Skywalker power-up. In order to hit the Luke Skywalker power-up, all of the drop targets will be down, but one individual target will start cycling through the locations. You've got to hit that one TIE fighter target to be able to enable the Luke Skywalker lock up here in the Jedi or in the Vader hole. You score the Vader hole once you have got Luke Skywalker mode active. Then the final sequence is unlocked and ready for you to start. You'll see that at that point that these lights will flash, and you will be able to then hit the ball one more time up into the Vader hole. Once you do that, a new ball will load, a black ball. This is considered or representative of Darth Vader's TIE fighter. You then will have the ability at this point to have a multi-ball happening. The multi-ball, in order to actually finish the mode and hit it, you hit the solo loop or the Millennium Falcon loop to get the distraction that Han Solo shooting Darth Vader's TIE fighter. But then what happens is it hits the loop and drops into the shooter lane to fire the torpedoes up into the Death Star hole, and then the final destruction. Now, again, you have unlimited balls during the 5 minutes, but you only have 5 minutes. And so while this may seem like an easy thing, and I'm going to show it to you here momentarily, it takes a lot of practice to get good at this. So let's go ahead and take a look at destroying the Death Star. Okay, here we go. Time attack mode. And again, you can see there was 2 possibilities. But again, the very first thing that you're going to want to do when you launch the ball and you start that 5-minute timer is to start working on those TIE fighter targets. So as you can see here, the ball is coming down, and I'm going to do my best to line up the shot. And of course, the very first thing I do is drop into the Vader hole, which, you know, isn't great, but it is there. Keep in mind that anytime you drain, the ball will automatically reset and be shot back into the Death Star hole, which will take some time off the clock, not only from sitting in the Death Star hole, but also because it will put the ball into the pop bumpers, which can keep it up there for a couple seconds, depending on how lucky you get and how the ball bounces. But as you can see here, I have now completed the first set of TIE fighters, and I'm dropping it into the Vader hole to complete the Padawan power-up. Now all the drop targets are reset, and we've got to start working on getting that Jedi Knight power-up. Also note that if you can combo the solo loop at any point, that will give you a 10-second bonus to your overall total clock, so you can restore some time there. Enough shots into the Vader loop will also give you a bonus, and over on the right hand side there's another almost combo hole that's on the right side of the field that if you hit enough times will also give you another 10-second bonus to your time. But as you can see, we're at 3.5 minutes here working on the second set of targets. That is generally a good pace. You want to keep yourself with at least about a minute in between each of the four, so that you have got that final minute to try and complete the top loop. So you can see I've finished off Jedi Knight and now working on Jedi Master, trying to get my TIE Fighter set all knocked down. As you work through these loops, you'll find that there are certain times where you want to do it. And there's a time extension from the Vader hole. That's one thing you don't want to do. Hitting that trench run loop and putting it up into the pop bumpers and rollovers is not necessarily a great strategy when you're under the clock like this. It may work great for the other game, but this particular mode, you want to try to keep it down in the lower playfield and focus on hitting those drop targets as best you possibly can. Now here we go, and sometimes you get lucky with those initial launches or ball resets, and they'll come down and hit the target. But we've got Jedi Master at this point ready for completion, and let's see how quickly I can knock that down. Generally speaking, from that left side flipper is the easiest, but you can also hit it from the right side, and there we go, Jedi Master. And we've got 2 minutes remaining on the clock to get the final Jedi power-up, or the Yoda Jedi power-up. Beginning to progress through those targets. Trying to get it to a 1-to-1 is a critical thing when you are under the clock here, getting those missed shots and taking extra shots that are not knocking down targets can be a time killer here. All right, so we're going to line up and go off the left flipper here. Try to get that into. There we go. Got the target and the power up. So now what's going to happen is the individual drop target is going to start cycling through locations, and you've got to hit that target in order to open up the Skywalker power up. Now, normally I'm just rapid firing at this point because I don't have time, but I think here in a couple seconds I realize that I've got a significant amount of time left, and so I will actually try to trap up and wait a second here to try to get the optimal position on the shot. And here it comes. So I'm trapping up here. I'm going to try to take that center shot right into the hole, and it got it. So now we've got the Luke Skywalker power up, and now you'll see the Vader line is flashing, and so we want to try to get that into the Vader loop to start the final battle here. And there it goes. Okay, now the extra ball. There goes the black ball. but I'm going to go straight into the Falcon loop, right into the shooter lane, and fire the torpedoes. Torpedoes away! Boom! 1 in a million, baby. 1 in a million. This is such a fun experience, and when you're under the time and under the clock, the tension, everything about that just is so much fun. Yeah, and I had 19 seconds remaining. Pretty exciting, guys. Pretty exciting. So that was all well and good, but as I indicated earlier, this table has been out for about a year and a half, and I have been attempting to destroy the Death Star on this current version with the physics and the changes to the Falcon or the solo loop that made it a little bit tighter, a lot harder to combo and get that extra bonus. But it has been a really long time, and I've had a lot of attempts. And until this past weekend, I was not able to actually destroy the Death Star. And so I finally actually did it on Saturday. But I didn't have any kind of recording going. I'd been doing recordings on lots of different playthroughs, a lot of different playthroughs. But for that particular one, I didn't have it. And so I tried again yesterday on Sunday to get through the Death Star and put a whole lot more recordings in play and a whole lot more attempts, and finally got it. So it's pretty exciting. I wanted to share it with you guys. But not only that, to show off this fantastic table, because it is a really fun experience and a really fun game to play this. But I wanted to send you guys out with a little bit of a tribute to all the Bothans that died in my many, many attempts and failures at trying to destroy the Death Star. If you enjoyed this content, leave a like, share with your friends, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.
Many Bothans died to bring us this information.